Good morning, I'm Jeff. I'm a sewer tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 20850 Southwest Johnson here in Beaverton, Oregon. We're located at the rear of the home, right underneath the deck here. There's a 4-inch ABS cleanout. The rear entrance on the deck is off to my right. This will be the point of access. I have already done a sewer scope from the cleanout in the garage out beyond this point, but we weren't able to get very far, so we're going to try and get all the way to the street from here. We'll check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. I previously mentioned a root intrusion, and this is right in this ABS plastic section of pipe here is where that root intrusion is at. And it goes right to cast iron upon access here, and here we go. I'm going to keep the camera going as fast as I can. It transitions here at about 115 feet out to 6-inch concrete, and the majority of what we scoped there is actually 4-inch terracotta pipe. I just didn't call it the transition. I will on the way back. And I did notice at least one other root intrusion on the way. We'll get the line drained out here at the end and have a better picture of everything on the way back. We're going to do some toilet flushes here to help advance the camera out. Okay, it appears that we're out in the main lateral here. There's a lot of water moving past the camera, so it's difficult to see, but that does appear to be where we're at. I'll do locates to verify the camera's location here in just a second. And now we're going to get the water turned off with the line drain out. Okay, I was able to locate the camera head, and the line comes, it parallels the back side of the house. If you're looking at the front of the house from the street, the line goes across, it's going right across the back side of the house. It does a 90-degree turn and goes straight back up across the front yard out to the street in front of the home. And I located it. I was able to pick up the camera signal out in the middle of the street. It was not coming in super clear, and I think a lot of that has to do with the overhead power lines. It's right next to a bunch of transformers and power lines that are overhead. Okay, you know, I apologize here. We are now at the main here at 147 feet. So I wanted to let the line drain before I kept going so I could see better. I'm going to go ahead and start reeling back. Looks like the vast majority of the water is now out of the sewer line. I do have some standing water here at the end of towards the end of the sewer line. And again, pretty much all the water is drained out now. So what we're looking at here, it's right around a 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch of standing water. It's a relatively short belly. The tricky part in this circumstance, because the lines age and the amount of debris that's built up over time, there's always the possibility that there's something hiding underneath that water. It's difficult to tell because there is standing water, obviously, and some debris in it. There's also a little bit of debris buildup here on the side walls. But it appears, for the most part, the line's draining relatively well. We do have some root penetration right here at 115 feet out. Okay, I did locate the camera head here at the root intrusion. It's right at the transition from terracotta to concrete. And I'm getting it at 7 feet deep, and it's out it's probably about 6 feet, 7 feet away from the street, but still on, it's under some dirt. It's right by where a power line tie-down strap is at, or a cable support for it. And it's marked with a white X. I always recommend repairs with roots because the joint is compromised, as well as the roots can cause blockage issues. You can always trim them, but they grow back and becomes a maintenance issue. We've got more roots here at 108 feet out. Oh, sorry. Push out here a little further. We're at 110 feet. So I will also do a marking here. Okay, and I located here, both times I've located here at the roots, the signal's coming in pretty dang strong. But when I got a locate here, I'm getting 5 feet, and just 5 feet ahead of this, where the other roots are out of the transition, I'm getting 7 feet. So use some caution when digging. The overhead power lines may be affecting the locate signal. But definitely use caution in digging, or do a second set of locates to double check. would be a good idea. It doesn't look like there's roots coming through here. For a moment I thought that, but it looks like I may have cut one loose as I was coming through, because that doesn't appear to be growing out of that joint anywhere. I'm looking at what's on top of the pipe there. There's kind of an interesting looking design. It almost looks like something's growing across the top there, but I don't see any roots dangling down or anything like that, so I'm not entirely sure what that is. Okay, we're just about 10 feet from pulling the camera head out. We do have the 2 root intrusions out near the street that I recommend repairs on to take care of them. There's a couple spots in the line where there's about a ½ inch or less of standing water, but for the most part the line is quite clean. There's very little debris throughout the line, so it looks like for the most part everything's making it from point A to point B. Because the line is original and I can see that there's some roots already, probably within the next, I would say, 15 years or so, the line's probably going to be ready for an update at that point. It's an older sewer line, and there's concrete sections, or there's a concrete section that will continue to wear faster than the terracotta will. But it looks like it's functioning at this time, but it does need some maintenance. And again, at some point, it would be worth updating the sewer line to newer plastic ABS and PVC pipe, and going straight out the front rather than wrapping around the side, so it's shorter. And there's also the root intrusion here at the cleanout. I don't remember if it was on the house or backyard side of it, but there's a couple foot section of ABS pipe here that for the cleanout that was installed, and there are some roots that have gone through this plastic section here. So that one, more than the ones out further, would be more important to take care of because it's close to the house, and it's more likely to catch things as it comes through here. So, but that's available on the other video that I had. But there's also some issues inside the house. There was quite a lot of debris buildup, so some hydrojetting has been recommended to clean that out, as well as a rescope to see how it looks afterwards. But this scope here is dealing with just from the foundation out to the street. But I do recommend taking care of the roots here at the clean out, so those don't progress and get worse and cause an issue.